Hello, welcome to theZazoo Plazz April video party. This is day 16, April 16th, 2020, and I am Granny Bilodeau, author of The Audacious Adventures of ZazooZ, part-time superhero, full-time mom. And if you're just joining us for the first time, I'm here the whole month of April, and I'm happy you're joining me today. Welcome. ZazooZ here, Dee Dee, her divine diva dog. And okay, so let's start off. Every day I've got a different theme or a different question. And today's question is, who is or has been a role model for you growing up and maybe still in your life? So in my book, I tell stories similar to I'm sure stories that you have about different relatives when I was growing up. And so one of those relatives that I'd like to talk to you about today was actually a role model for me. My grandmother, my dad's mom, Granny Bilodeau. My maiden name was Bilodeau. My married name is Plazz, thus Plazz. And in the last story in the book, I talk about Granny and she meant to me. And first, just to give you a little background, I want to show you these little beauty spots that I have all over my skin everywhere. And when I was growing up, my mom used to say that they were called zinzins. So in the book, I call them zazins. Sort of a little slang for really moles and mini moles. And it's something a lot of French women have, or at least my grandmother Bilodeau, whom I called Granny, had. So I'm going to read to you from the book today a little bit about Granny and her skin and how I take after her. At the end of her long life, 1 month shy of her 103rd birthday, I imagine her skin must have appeared to my 4-year-old son sitting on her lap like chocolate chip cookie dough. This got me thinking about how I had Granny in my life for almost 40 years, 20 years longer than my other grandparents, and what that said about her, as well as about myself as a zazin off the old mole. So, I go on to talk about Granny and some of the things, some of the adventures I had with her, and you know, what endeared her to me. And and also there is a picture at the end of the chapter. There's a little picture of me with my Granny. And here we are, and that was the spring of, you can see it. In the Kindle version of the book, it's in color, but I was about 19, almost 20 there. That was the spring of 1985. So you can see me and my Granny. Really a fascinating woman. And so I've shared some of these stories in the hopes that you'll read them and you'll think of someone who was a role model for you, someone who you looked up to and who guided you along the way and perhaps is still guiding you, even from above. So I encourage you to pick up a copy of Audacious Adventures of ZazooZ, part-time superhero, full-time mom. It's on Amazon. I'm Granny Bilodeau, and that's all for today. Take care. See you tomorrow.